Hello! This is Korith Landwalker, and this is Star Trek Online. Last week, we got to see the next part of the Romulan Republic storyline, where the choice was made to ally with the Federation or the Klingons. That is to say, not exactly Romulan. I still haven't come up with a name with whatever species I've made this character. Talel, at any rate, had to choose who to assist. The Romulan Republic, technically speaking, is allied with both powers. And since both powers are currently at war with each other, that's a delicate balancing act to be dealing with right now. So, not only did we make our alliance, but we also had a bit of an encounter with Tovin Kev's ex-girlfriend, which, as my first officer, was awfully embarrassed to mention the fact that she was currently working with the Tal Shiar. And she kind of raised some interesting questions, which lays some doubt as to how benevolent the colony of Baronat really was. Now, as you'll see on the screen here, a new publish has landed, A House Divided. And I admit I kind of waffled a little bit. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do this tonight, or if I wanted to take a brief detour and run a character through the new episodes. We'll get that momentarily. The new episodes that are related to the Klingon Ja'ula hailing from the Discovery era. But I figured we've gone so far into the Romulan story, don't want to sidetrack on that. Now let's see. In my mail here, I've got some messages about the exchange. Last time I threw some stuff on the exchange to try to make some extra credits. And it looks like most of it, if not all of it, sold. So I automatically got the money, so I can just delete all those out. And that's that. That puts me at holding roughly 96,000 credits. Okay, so it's not millions, but it's enough to buy things as needed. I've got a decent cache of R&D materials for in case I want to start working on those training manuals for the skills that I will be able to teach my engineering officer somewhere along the line. And I have a shield tech upgrade which I'm holding off on using because honestly I want to wait until I get something that I'm going to be keeping for an extended period of time. And let's face it, the shields I'm using right now are not going to be those shields. However, since I've brought up the question of shields, in addition to the new publish being dropped by Star Trek Online, we also have a bit of a special occasion going on here. You see, Cryptic Studios, the folks who developed this game, have reached their 20th anniversary as a studio, stretching all the way back to when they were first developing the game City of Heroes. Now, in celebration of that, they've given everybody some gifts. Strangely enough, however, they did not put it in the promotions tab, which would have been, you know, the obvious place to put it. No, they put it in Mud's Market. And even making it even worse, the default selection here is for ships. You're not going to see it unless you click on all. Don't make the same mistake I make. Now, you'll see it under... Scroll down. The Cryptic 20th Anniversary Pack. Now, this is going to include a few things. It's going to have a platinum vanity shield, so your starship will look all platinum-y and shiny. You'll get a platinum tardigrade pet, so you know they're leading hard on Discovery. Still, I'm not bitter, really. And a new title is unlocked, the cunningly named Kryptonian. And since my character is named Tel-El, I am really tempted to put this title on her, because I find it would be highly entertaining. Now there are also a couple other things that are available for the first character who claims this pack. You'll see over here there's a platinum rifle. I think it's a sniper rifle, but I can't recall for certain. It's a Discovery era rifle, however, which is why I claimed it on a different character, my primary Discovery era character. I figured if anyone's going to be using Discovery related tech stuff, it would be him. And I believe there was some other one-time account claim thing. I don't recall what it is off the top of my head. How about I do a quick online search here? Star Trek, Star Trek, Star Trek. Anniversary gifts. Partridge in a Pear Tree. Here we go. You get a featured TFO reward, featured task force thing reward, and I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head what that leads to. I should actually look at that character again somewhere along the line. Folks who do that more often would have a good handle on it, but I really don't know off the top of my head. So, it would help that after having gone through all of that, it would help if I actually claimed the item. Now, like I said, it's in the Muds Market area, and I have no idea why it's in here. It makes no sense. But hey, why start now? I'm going to take a moment to slap on the platinum visual. Oh heck, I might even leave it there. Oh, picking the wrong spot too. Lines a Tibetan bat, Siberian bat. So here it is. It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't hate it. And we'll show the pet at an appropriate moment, like when I'm on a ground map again. And again, I could be on a ground map right now. We'll visit the bridge. Yeah, there's a new log box also going on, but I tend to ignore the log boxes because I hate them with a passion. Enough said. Okay, and ooh, there he is already in my bar here. I'm gonna move the fellow over to a button jump, not like they hit very often. And we will summon it out. There it is. The cutest little indestructible thing around. Of course, it's not a combat pet, so by definition, it is not going to be very combat-y. Let's do a quick check on here. Okay. I think we'll get rid of him now. All we want to be is distracting. Okay. I think that's enough preliminaries for the moment. We'll leave the platinum skin on for the shield here because I like the look a little bit better than the look it had beforehand. Instead, we will prepare our next mission, which will not be the feature episodes because that would be way out of sequence. No, we are going to go take a trip down memory lane. Oh, that was just nicely done there. Apparently, no voice on Sharva here. Sharva's the ex-girlfriend I was mentioning about Tobin. Now, we weren't involved personally, but the town was using our colony as a part of his terrorist network. She has seen House Yard documents. Ooh, how official. Saying that Virenat was a prime site for weapons development, which is why it was attacked. So, she's recommending I go back there and find the proof so I know the true nature of Datan. Ooh. In addition to other rewards, completing this will unlock a painting of Virenat and Devek's helmet. One of the fellows you recall who I met on Virenat, who was one of the ones who didn't make it. To put in my ready room. Of course, that'll only work for standard Romulan ships and not, say, Scimitar or related ships. That's the hazard of having a specialty ship. You get those. Rewards. XP and expertise as always. A new shield, which is substantially better than the one I'm using now. Not so much as far as capacity goes, but for the fact that it regenerates faster, it zaps people near me, knocks people down. There's a lot to like about this. Battered Centurion helmet. I'm not entirely sure if this is wearable or not. It might be a costume part thing. I might have to hit the tailor after doing this mission. That's assuming I remember. And another shield emitter that I already have one of. I may or may not replace my, but we'll see what happens. And dilithium ore, as always. Yes, I'm sure you do have information for me. But the information I am interested in is all the freaking way to Virenat. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a transwarp to New Romulus and cut out half my travel time. I can justify this to myself because New Romulus is a part of the transwarp network. See, we have that gate right over here. So I can psychologically go with that as opposed to clicking on the button and spending credits to transwarp directly to my mission destination. Could do it, won't do it. If it doesn't seem consistent, well, I never promised consistency. So, first step is to get clear. There we go. You've gotten clear of the Dewa star, and now, I'm jealous of that quantum slipstream going right through there. You get that when you start getting to high levels. You know, the other end of the spectrum of level 14. As far as equipment goes, let's see, is there anything that I want to dish out to anybody? Most of this stuff I'm probably going to just sell. Well, I'm not going to sell it, well, I'll kind of sell that, but it's going to be along the lines of exchange again. In fact, since I have this Suliban com code, I might do that just outside of Virenat. Or I could wait until, you know, I'm actually nearing the end of the night and have more things to sell. Wouldn't that make sense? I like to think so. Okay, we are closing in on Virenat. Or, as you might like to think of it, the scene of the crime. It'll be interesting to see what's happened in our absence. After all, the last time I saw it, it was, you know, being bombed to hell and having bunches of Romulans kidnapped by Alachi. That's not going to be a pleasant thing to revisit. Boing, just hit the planet. Begin memory lane. Sooner or later, we are going to finish loading. I suppose I'll fill up the space by mentioning... Oh, there we go. So much for having to fill up the space. Sometimes I really wonder about the progress bars.
It looks like we're not the only ones visiting. All this debris has attracted Nausicaan scavengers. Recommend that we clear the area of these pirates while searching for any traces of weapon signatures in the wreckage. I don't want any pirates disturbing the remains of the ships where our friends died.
I'm right there with you. Most complete wrecks have been marked. Mostly transports and freighters. So let's go and yeah, let's hope there's no ghosts around. The Nausicaans are certainly turning out to be our go-to bad guy for this reason. Aside from the tallest yard, of course. I realize I probably should have hit this guy when I was on the float first. There's only one of them. I can't bring myself to be too intimidated. Well, I'm definitely hammering his ship a bit, but unfortunately, he's still breathing. Oh, and there's another destroyer in the distance. There are times when I wish I had a tractor trained on this. But I'm not a science guy, and I haven't picked up any skill books to train me with that, so I'll have to content myself with just hitting them repeatedly until they stop moving. Combat engines. I wonder if those engines are better than weapons. No. Combat engines have the benefit of being better at low power, and since most of the time my engines are at low power, this is a desirable trait. It's slower though, under both circumstances, for flight speed. I think I'm going to keep what I've got now, and I'll just sell that off. It was worth a look, but I don't think that's going to be the way we go. Somewhere around here, supposedly. Oh, there it is. I couldn't see it because of the dark upon dark. Let's see what's in this freighter. Carrying refugees. It was destroyed. No weapons. No shock. Honestly, Tobin's X, I'm pretty sure, is completely wrong. But this is a tale of Romulans, and deceit and treachery have always been a part of their hat, so to speak. Okay, this time we'll go under cloak. Make the pirate paranoid. Make him wonder, where did the Romulan go? He was on my sensors a minute ago. Must be cloaked. He's getting ready to blow me up. What's going to happen next? Oh, he was right. I actually am going to blow him up. Oh, the Alpha Strike did pretty decently. Unfortunately, I haven't done. Oops! Like a little too close to the derelict. Oops. Well, good thing it's a small explosion. I wouldn't have wanted him to, you know, damage me. I take it back. Oh well. Let's hope it's not more damage. Supplies, no weapons. Again, no stock. Really, taking the word of a tall Shiar is a dubious thing to start with. I don't see anything aside from that, but... Oh, was that I just saw a flicker of? Oh yeah. But oddly, nobody guarding this wreck. I don't think that's a battleship, which would be bad things. An old friend of Tovin's, it looks like. Never use it for smuggling. Well, we'll take your word for it. The scans kind of bear that out, though. Okay, so Nausicaan battleship ahead. That may be a little rougher of a fight, so let's again go in under cloak. Wait till my weapon's charged and full. I mean, yeah, I could use a weapon, but yeah, I could use a weapons battery. And hi. That's not good. He just fried all my shields and attacked me. Oh, this is so not good. Let's use some of my Singularity Core's talents here. Because, oh, that is not good. Not to mention my rig officers doing their thing. Oh man, that's the problem with the heavy plasma torpedoes. Because of what they are, they can be shot down. And that guy just did that. Oh, he's a bad one. Try shooting beads. Yeah, Captain's hitting me, attacking me again. Tell you what, throwing a bead without shields, you don't get to look at me. Try to get clever with me, will he? Take that. Plasma.
Hull integrity.
Ouch.
50%.
Ouch. Okay, let's cut the engines for a second and scan the freighter before I go for that ore over there. Because I must scan ore. The Verus? Gotta love these alien names. Pit clean. No residual signatures of weapons. No shock. Let's scan that down and get that into my inventory before I move on to the final freighter. Quite straight there. Okay, the hull is mostly recovered, and I'll balance out the shields so that they're relatively close. Okay, well, apparently it doesn't want to cooperate perfectly. I won't lose too much sleep over it. No guard around this one. So that must be all the pirates. Decommissioned military. But it doesn't have any weapons either. There must be weapons somewhere. Oh, come on! This is the Tal Shiar we're talking about.
We didn't find anything unusual on these ships, and I knew we wouldn't. I want to believe her, but she's not the person I knew. She's Tal Shiar. Still, I am picking up some strange energy readings from the surface of the planet. Perhaps we should continue our search there.
Might as well. We knew we were going to have to go down there sooner or later. It's going to be mildly depressing, really. After all, just before the attack, it was going to be a night of celebration. We were going to have Virenat beer, or maybe ale, or wine, or whatever they were going to be tapping. Regrets, regrets. If it hadn't been for the Ilachi attack, Talal would have been happy there. Okay, Charva says that they have documents implicating Viranet. We need to search it for any and all evidence that might support her claim. We have to find out the truth. What a waste, what a waste. Look at all this wreckage. This could have been anything. Uh-oh. What are the Klingons doing here? Hi, you're trespassing. Okay, technically you're not trespassing because nobody lives here anymore. Still, it's rude.
One of them, aren't you? We've been looking all over this place for evidence of your terrorist plots, and here you are, showing up to dispose of the evidence we're here to find. I'm placing you under arrest. Resist, and I'll have to use force. I hope you resist.
Are you kidding me? Tell you what, I'm gonna throw these mines down and say, go to hell. Well, those mines did a lot better than I expected. I picked up a couple other abilities over the recent times. I've got a cover shield, which is going to be interesting to demonstrate, and that quantum mortar fabricator unit. I got that kit unit. That will be seeing substantial use today. Ooh, but first, I see shiny.
This was such a peaceful place once. And so beautiful.
Yeah. And now it's been taken over by bugs and Klingons.
They'll pay for what they have done to our colony.
Ah, there's that painting.
I remember that painting. We should take it with us, as a reminder of home.
Now, as I recall, the Sentinels are the aggressive ones, so we'll take care of them first. I guess I need to fry a couple of these drones, too. There's a hive? There's a hive. Where's it? Oh, that's the hive. I should probably keep a watch out for those. Yeah, the bugs have certainly taken over. Hey, Klingons! You've been rude. Now we're going to demonstrate the cover shield by putting that in front of the water and see if that'll help the, I may have posed myself by putting it there. I thought that maybe being an indirect fire weapon, putting it there would be of a benefit. But basically it's an actual physical shield that has a lot of health and doesn't get damaged easily. Oh, I can care less about the, They had data looking for evidence that it was used, the lab was being used to create bioagents used by terrorists. They are nuts. Let's repair the console and see what we can find out. And let's check the log. It was being used by DevEx to create alloys to, make large water storage tanks. Brrr. Unfortunately, they didn't do anything to, stop Tal Shiar attacks. That's kind of not ingracious, but there's truth to that. Let's see what this console has to say. Biological scanner. Ooh, scarier. Looking for impurities and biological contaminants. He'd gotten most of them out. Yeah, too bad the Tal Shiar aren't microbes. Man, Talel is turning out to be a snark knight here. Talk about getting cynical before time. Aquifers. Oh, very dangerous. Want to make sure we weren't depleting the water supply faster than it could be replenished. Yeah, we were set for the long haul, except, you know, attack from, well, not Talel's people, technically, but why do they always do that? They make these crazy assumptions. The days when the worst I had to worry about here were malfunctioning water pipes. Now, gone. And boy, is that a big heaping hive or what? I wonder if I can blow that up. I'm guessing no, because it looks like it's going to be more or less impassable. Oh, it's another sentinel. I guess that means we'll have to kill it off. And let's get this hive so I don't have to worry about more later. And more Klingons. Guys, your presence here is really rude. And accordingly, you know, this order is doing absolutely nothing. I am... Oh, it does shoot something? There used to be an indicator as to where I was going to be landing the shots, but they thought this could be a cover for making nitrogen-based explosives. Well, let's take out this big water wheel here. Find out if it's got any nitrogen in it. No, pumping water for irrigation and drinking. That's not going to be all that intimidating. Another swing, another miss. As far as investigators go, the Klingons really suck. And to the south, past the impassable area, is where we found the first Alati probe and hordes of these, you know, critters. But nobody's going there now. Alas, alas. Now, according to my map, we have more trouble ahead. Oh, but they're bugs. I'm willing to live and let live. You don't bug me, haha, I won't bug you. Oh.
Devex's old helmet. Reminds me of better times.
Once upon a dream. Once upon a dream. Ah, the boss's house. Surely, if there was anything untoward going on here, Maori would have had something here. Bunch of documents. Info about defenses of other Romulan colonies, and he was in contact with Utan. Well, well, several messages. Well, this sounds incriminating. Oops. Speaking of problems, pesky ambushers. Let's get a mortar up. Klingon Swordmasters, once upon a time, were the nastiest things in early game. They would tear apart low-level characters. They're examining records for evidence that he was involving our colony in something nefarious. Well, you know, that wasn't exactly proof one way or the other. It's suspicious. But I don't know that I'd call it conclusive. Okay, looks like I need to go the other way. Oops. Looks like everybody in the mortar might have aggroed a few things. Oh, I guess I gotta blow up that hive now anyway. Especially since it seems like I have to go this way. And up the stairs. Yeah, this has a familiar looking area, doesn't it? Once upon a time, this is where we came in. Another console. What's it got to tell us? Ah, the windmill power grid routing. Yeah, he may have been encouraging trade and developing relationships. Make a quaint little shipyard. Yeah, that might have made us a bigger target too. Oh, I heard transporters. That means we have trouble on the way.
Enemy targets on sensor.
An officer. Oh, another sword master.
Shield losing power.
They were trying to download the power grid usage. Looking for something indicative of weapons development. Swing and a miss, guys. Ah, yes, the missing Renikev. Still MIA. Ooh, shiny thing. Get that first. Alright. Let's take a peek at the last missing link, shall we say. Online. Work schedule for everybody in the colony. Mostly for agriculture, ship repairs. Yeah, it would have been nice if there was more ships available during the attack. Of course, all things considered. Probably would have met the same fate as the ones that we scanned above. There we are. I knew there had to be more Klingons incoming.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
Oh heck, there's targs here.
Enemy combatants in close proximity.
Workforce covering terrorist activities. You know what? I am still unimpressed. I mean, aside from the contact with Titan, yeah, it does seem odd that their teams were searching for the same sort of things that we were. That seems an odd coincidence. And they had a rendezvous location. Well, why don't we go say hi? After all, they've been making a lot of accusations and throwing around a lot of stuff. I think it's time to give them a piece of our mind. Oh, hell in a handbasket. There's Romulans ahead. And Klingons? Okay. This just got interesting. Let's take the long way so I can climb up without having to hop on things. And have a chat with this Romulan. Wait a second. That is not Tal Shiar out uniform.
So, you're the terrorist. I allied with the Klingon Empire because they promised me the opportunity to find
He's
people
Republic.
like you. People willing to hurt innocent civilians and remove you from the Romulan race. You're no better than the Tal Shiar. It's people like me who will restore honor to our people.
Macus, are you kidding me?
Of course you are. My teams didn't find the weapons that were here, but this colony has been empty for weeks. You had ample time to hide them, or move them to another location off-world.
Oh, good lord,
But
you
there's
sound
no
like Tal
evidence
Shiar.
that they weren't here. And in the absence of evidence, I go with my instincts. They tell me that
God
people
help
like
us,
you
you're a commander.
hid weapons here, and those weapons got people killed. Innocents, civilians, people who should have been living in peace. This ends now. You won't get a chance to hurt anyone else.
I was freaking here. You weren't. I'm gonna enjoy this. What I really ought to do is just beat the living target with a rifle. That's not good. Okay, why was my thing not healing me? Okay, let's see, I might be able to get some help. Are my people actually trying to help my people wake up? If so, that was rather unusual.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Oh yeah, we'll have a chat with the rival captain in a minute, alright. And that chat is going to be most unpleasant for him. First, I want to make sure all my people are alive. Good. Now, Commander.
Enough, I yield. Do with me what you will.
Yeah, killing you is not what I want to do. I do kind of want to shoot you in the leg, though.
What? Surprising words coming from a terrorist.
Does the word pawn mean anything to you?
That makes a surprising amount of sense. A contact that I thought I could trust told me there was evidence of terrorism and weapons manufacturing here. I'm guessing you were told the same thing. Neither of us found anything, except one another. We were sent here to die.
Now, I'd like to remark here that I noticed that you didn't come down with any Romulan crew, but a bunch of Klingons, whereas I came with Romulans and a Reman. So, which of the two of us approached this better?
I agree. Whoever set up this little charade is probably lying in wait to eliminate the survivor of our battle. Won't they be surprised when we join forces? I'll return to my ship immediately. Join me in orbit, and we can finish this.
I am right there with you. Oh, certainly. We can do our reporting and all that, but first things first. We need to demonstrate the joys of plasma to the idiots who are... Oh, Jarva says she's en route. Maybe she'll have an explanation why we didn't find anything.
Enemy ship on sensors.
IRW. Tal Shiar.
How disappointing to see you alive. I am Commander Talum of the IRW Ishay, and you seem to have a talent for sniffing out Tal Shiar.
Am I...
I thought sending another Romulan Republic terrorist to take you out would take care of two problems at once.
He sounds like a
I was
woman.
mistaken. Perhaps this is for the best. Now I can take both your bodies back to Colonel Hakiv. I'm sure he will reward me for finally eliminating you.
I don't
Okay.
enjoy being played for a fool. I'm here to back you up. Let's show this Tal Shah scum what real Romulans are made of.
Right there with you. Let's start on the small fry. Takes the annoying. Alright, now you. Ooh, that heavy plasma got a good lick out of it. Oops. Oh, their plasma didn't do nearly so well. Oh yeah, he's on fire. Oh. Let's not get into blast radius. wasn't going to charge this heavy one for nothing. There are 2 shinies in this area. I gotta remember to get them before I leave the map.
I am impressed by your martial prowess. You would have made an excellent warrior. I wish you had chosen to work with the Klingon Defense Force instead of Starfleet. Regardless, I am glad we can both serve the greater good of the Romulan Republic.
Thanks! Right back at ya. Well, except the part about wishing you'd chosen to join Starfleet, because I don't think you would have fit there being, you know, incredibly unobservant and... what's the point? Oh, Sarva's vessel's showing up. Awesome. We'll have a chat momentarily. First, I want my shiny. And the other shiny is potentially on the other freaking side of the map. I'm not that dedicated. Okay, Sarva. What do you have to say is going to determine whether or not we start shooting at you
I picked up a transmission from an attack group in this direction. It sounded like you must have uncovered something significant enough to warrant an armed response. What did you find?
No weapons, no proof. Well,
That
except one
can't be.
thing. Yeah, we got jumped.
Are you suggesting I had something to do with it? Why would I? I have nothing to gain. I want you to join us. All of our intelligence reports said there would be weapons, or at least residual traces of weapon stores here. I swear it. Someone must have gotten to it before you and moved it. Covered it up somehow. Did you tell anyone you were coming here?
No. Did you?
I know my information didn't turn out like we expected this time, but is Tovan still looking for his sister? I might be able to locate Rinna. If the Tal Shiar has any information on her whereabouts, I'll pass it on to you. That should show you I can be trusted. I just need to make my report before anyone gets suspicious. After that, I'll be in touch.
Yeah. I'm beginning to think that Sharva's the dumbest Tal Shiar in the organization. Presuming that she's being played for a patsy and not, you know, playing an even deeper game. Can't rule that out with a Tal Shiar. Okay, let's talk to the bosses and let
Excellent
them know
work.
what things
I'm
are.
not surprised that you did not find any weapons on Virinot. While the Romulan Republic has contacts with most of the colony worlds, we're not using them to fight a war. We're encouraging them to see the truth and join our cause. Nonetheless, you must continue to humor Charva to have any chance of winning her to our side.
Oh good,
I doubt this
I've
will
just
be the
become an
last you hear
intelligence
from her.
asset.
Keep me apprised of developments.
Okay, the helmet goes my ready room too. So, let's grab our rewards.
Congratulations, Centurion.
And boy, a whole bunch of stuff just come in here or what? Bunch of R&D holograms and all that. Oh, and a new bridge officer. Well, why don't we take a look and evaluate our needs? I have 2 science officer, 2 tactical, so an engineer sounds like it would be the way to go here. He will have... Let's see, is there anything better than the shields there? Engineering team. Well... Well, we'll pick up this fellow. And sure, you can join us now. I can always render you down for training manuals later if I don't like you. We're going to change his uniform. And most importantly, change his stance because... What the hell happened to the background? I sense a future patch coming in. Yeah, that stance of his, that has got to go. Helmet doesn't work. I didn't think that would. Okay, I believe we were doing standard flotilla. We're going to give him a... Sure, we'll give him that kind of look. And yeah, we'll just keep the name moving too. Why not? Because he's gonna be moving. I'm bad. I know.
It appears the hunt for
Go away, Tupac. I'm not. That's out of my timeline. I really, really hate that. I really do need to see if there's a way to disable that. Someday. Okay, we're done with moving. Let's see. Ground. I'm going to finish on my armor. We are going to train in... that's a good question. Quick fix or recharge. Quick fix will help heal ground equipment. Oh. Shields are always going to be with us. I feel that's a better choice. For space shield, space skills. Again, I am uncertain as to which of these would be any better. I'm going to pick up the electroplasma system, mainly because it will get me to full impulse energy shunt, which could be interesting. I've unlocked this choice. I can either give myself hangar pets, or miraculously future hangar pets, 10% hull capacity max, or increase the duration of battery or devices. I'm gonna go with this because I don't really see this character using a hangar. That may come around to bite me later, but for now, we'll stick with that. Meanwhile, let's check equipment. I'm still using a plasma beam weapon for my backup gun, so we're going to swap out the stun pistol and get rid of the standard issue gun I've been carrying since level 1. I'm replacing the shield with mine. Let's look at our people. Nose using shield 2, 4, 2, 1. Well, that one is definitely getting replaced. Marcel deserves better. As for our other contestants, we have either No or Tovin. We'll go with No. No! I'm gonna give Movin the load shield. You never know, he might actually be in a fight someday. Of course, I could have done that with Lauer too. Lauer is one day going to be important to my crew, so well, no, I can always shove off stuff on him later. Armor. Honestly, anybody could use the armor. Tovin's going to get the call on this because he's the tactical guy, which means he gets beat up a lot. I don't believe this Type 1 is going to do any good, so okay, we'll give that to Lauer. Weapons. I've got a disruptor pistol, sniper rifle. Tovin, congratulations, you've just become a sniper. Is anyone using worse than Mark 1 equipment? Yes, technically you are. Alright. We will give some foodstuffs and the like to the bridge officers on the outside chance that they use them one day. For Tovin, we're going to give the shields because tactical officers find themselves in need of it frequently. Heck, we'll give him a couple of those med units too. That takes care of that. Finally, let's look at ship equipment. Same science console. I don't have an extra spot, but I might one day. I have a lot of shield regen. I have this plasma infuser, which will be handy since all my weapons are plasma, so let's slap that in my spare tactical slot. I believe this engine is superior in every way to the engines I'm using now, so out that goes. And finally, we will slap in the auxiliary. And do we have any? No. Auxiliary battery to the commander's gig shuttle. Weapon and shield to current devices. And everything else is potentially sellable. I say potentially because some stuff I might keep. And who am I kidding? I'll sell it all off. Alright. So, the mystery continues. Let us go to the next episode in the Allies arc. I'm sorry, yeah, here we are. The bigger picture.
Greetings. Given what you've discovered at Chaltok and Viranot, we need to widen our investigation. Republic ships have gone missing, and we can't afford these sort of losses. We need you to look into this problem. Head to the Beta Quadrant. One of our ships went missing near the Mempa system, and we want you to find out what happened.
You know, we got some info about Dovan's sister, even though we actually didn't.
While I appreciate the personal nature of your attempt to find Rina Kev, you need to focus on the big picture. Our fledgling republic needs to establish its legitimacy as a political body, fend off attacks and intrigue by the Tal Shar and other external threats, and stabilize its claims on New Romulus. Right now, we need you to pursue this investigation. Our fleet is not particularly large, and we cannot afford to have any ships go missing. We need you to find out what's happening to them. Don't worry, this isn't the old empire where one person's welfare is put by the wayside for the good of the state. We'll keep looking for information about Rina. The best thing you can do is help the Republic to survive, so we can devote more resources to missions of a more personal nature.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Now granted, I'm not exactly involved, but... Oh, and it's all the way over there. So we'll have a lengthy trip. I want a better singularity core. In the meantime, let's take a look at those duty officers I've been picking up. They're all R&D ones, so I can actually start, if I wanted to, start giving them missions which would improve, well, any one of these possible areas of expertise, which could become in handy for the future. I am tempted to go in engineering core. The reason for that is this: singularity cores. If there's anything that's going to be important to me in the future, it's going to be stuff that helps my speed in sector space. However, the best use of my time would be to put them into research engineering technology, which gives me a whole bunch of XP and will increase my level accordingly. And it will take 20 hours, so it won't see any improvement until next time. Quite literally. Unfortunately, that is the only one I can do because I need to get to level 2 in one of the schools, which will be a little bit. Not as much as it sounds, but a bit. Now we have this art. I guess that's all I can do. Now I have the ability to train a few things as well. But I don't have all the material. I need titanium to make these pads, which are a requirement to make training manuals. And what we see here are all the things that I am capable of training. Then you have these special projects that come about for special reasons. Most of these seem to be involved with the Omega molecule stuff. And that's involved with a mini game that is not currently active. It's a rare thing. As far as duty officers go, these are just nice things to have happen, and they have the benefit of giving potential experience points, expertise, other stuff occasionally. So I'm going to run a couple of these with who I've got. Oops, let me back out that one. That one requires expenditure of cash. And they also tend to change with sector blocks. These little colonies are always handy. A lot of these are long duration, but since I'm doing this once a week, why not? In addition to the ones that come available depending on what sector you're in, you also have personal ones that are basically shipboard stuff. And some of them will give you, sometimes if you do really well, you might get yourself a new bridge officer. Let's definitely do that one. It'll be a Starfleet one. C'est la vie. Finally, I can go to department heads and select assignments that are specific to them. But I don't think I'm going to need to do too much on this because I'm relatively sure that most of my roster is currently busy. And besides, we've reached our destination, the Mempus system, hosting 9 planets, many of which have seen staging grounds and military operations. All of the planets orbit a binary star system consisting of a G-type yellow star and a K-type orange star. Due to the radiant output of the pair of stars, most of the planets are located at a significant distance from the system's center of gravity. In spite of its location on the border of Klingon space, the Mempus system hosted several battles during the Klingon Civil War of 2366, including a punishing defeat to the forces of then Chancellor Gowron. These military activities forced the Klingon Empire to abandon active patrols and posts in the system, which led to an influx of scavengers, malcontents, and criminal elements scattered across the various planets and isolated bases. This is what we've got to look forward to. Now, I find it amusing to hear the comment about Gowron, because you'll note down here in the lower left section here, this guy who looks awful lot like Gowron. He is actually, I'm not sure if he's a descendant or if he's an ancestor of Gowron. I kind of skimmed the details because I didn't want to be spoiled by for the event, for those episodes. And he'll be showing up along with Martok.
We've arrived at the source of the distress signal. Scanning the area now.
Okay, hang ships is a pretty area. Cardassian. Well, that's unusual. Oh, that's subspace distortion. And Tetrion machines. And we have no idea if there's anybody in there.
The ship is badly damaged, but there's no clear relationship between the distortion and the ship. I ran a comparison to the anomalies we scanned previously in the Kittimer system. While they appear similar at first look, the spike in Tetrions is different from what we've seen before.
So we're going to have to get a lead for
Sir, there's no sign of a Republic vessel in the area. Whatever happened here is unfortunate, but I recommend we continue our search elsewhere. It may look suspicious if we linger.
The whole situation is suspicious. There are 2 anomalies, and one is right over here. So we're going to completely ignore the pressing engagement over there and grab the shinies. Sooner or later I'm bound to find Tritanium. That's right, I'm going to go for the other one too before I do anything. Why let my short-term memory get involved if I don't have to? Okay, now that I've gassed up the engine, let's get inside and take a look around. There goes Impulse. Get a little closer. Definitely Cardassian. I suppose I could have kicked on more power to the engines, but we're there. It doesn't matter. That's the problem. Sometimes scans require you to actually be motionless. Don't know why. Don't care. It's damaged, but life support's working. There's a hull breach. Seems deserted. Silly question. Can we access their computer remotely? I'm gonna bet no.
Cardassians use a recursive encryption algorithm to protect their data from unauthorized access. We'd have to be on their bridge to tap into their systems. We have no idea what happened to this ship. We could be putting ourselves at risk for the sake of curiosity. I recommend we leave and continue our search elsewhere.
Hey, our ships may have suffered the same fate. You know, like, I don't know, one that might be carrying Marina?
It's your call, but if you're going over to that ship, then I'm coming with you.
I was hoping to take the entire bridge crew, honestly, but yeah, we can do that.
Interesting. No visible damage. Why would they abandon the ship? The bridge appears operational, but where's the crew?
Yes, we need to know what happened here. Scan for the life signs and check the security logs.
No other life signs detected. We're alone.
Oh, maybe they did manage to
Here's something
race.
odd. There are no corpses on this ship.
It's a ghost ship.
The ship description fits what we've seen of the Alachi.
Oh good,
Several
they've been
security
expanding.
logs were accessed recently. I think you're going to want to see this.
Oh, I sense wonderful news ahead.
The security recording is from 3 days ago.
Okay, that's weird.
Whatever it
Space
is,
rift.
it explains why there aren't any corpses. One more. Pulling it up now.
Do these people not have cameras capable of going above waist height? Were they able to identify them?
Wait. That noise.
Tell me that's
Several
not
ships are on
self-destruct.
approach and requesting status. Sir, they're Cardassian.
Well, this will look bad. Yeah, transport us back now before things get really embarrassing. It's possible that we might be having what is commonly referred to as a diplomatic incident. They want to talk to me, of course they do.
We will be true Cardassians again.
Surrender immediately. Order of reprisal, signed by... Oh, you just said the wrong words. Signed by Empress Sela? Sorry, no, that's not gonna happen.
That is unfortunate. Your ship would be worth far more undamaged. This is your last chance. Feel free to use the escape pods if necessary.
Oh, snap. Cardassian fool, no wonder the Dominion abandoned you. Oh, man, that was just harsh.
2 more waves are approaching the system. Recommend a defensive posture with power to shields.
How about we get rid of the power to the shields by going under cloak? Yeah, I was hoping my full impulse would be back now, but we're still in the anomaly. But that won't last much longer. Arm heavy plasma, and prepare to fire. Bang. Not bad first exchange. Could have asked for a little bit better, but I can use the singularity to murder them more frequently. If I can use their weapons to charge my singularity, why not make use of it? Wave 1. So it is. Okay, device is ready? Yes, let's make use of it. We're Romulans. We should be doing our best to take advantage of, well, any advantage that we have. It's just good business. Okay, let's... Man, he weathered that hit a lot better than I hoped he would. That on the other hand did a bit better. That's one down. That feels a little bit. Have to fix that. That's two down. And then there was one.
Your ship will be a trophy for the true way.
Oh, Keldons. Keldons are nasty. The reason for that is under most circumstances they're capable of kicking out a couple holographic duplicates, and they are just as nasty as the originals. Good plasma hit. Unfortunately, I hit myself too, so good news is whole emit hazard emitters. They do a good job on healing damage over time. Well, the good news is apparently this guy's too low level to kick off his holograph.
Will avenge us.
Yeah. Avenge this. Oh, Klingon sent a message to somebody in Eta Iridani sector block. Once upon a time, that was where the Klingons lived. I don't know if they still do. Sector blocks and stuff moved around an awful lot when they redid the maps. Yeah, the maps, that's changed a lot over the years. Destination? Can't get the exact destination.
The Cardassians were unaware of what had happened to their missing vessel. It appears the Alachi attacked them while they were hunting for our ships. Bad luck. We should destroy the derelict. Let the True Way think that the Republic defeated all of their patrols.
Well, technically we kind of did. I mean, all but this ship, technically. Really, I'm not entirely sure why we want to, well, whatever. I'm not the tactician. I'm an engineer. Let's hit him with a plasma torpedo. That's probably more than sufficient to wipe it out.
Based on what you've learned, it seems that your next lead is in the Beta Quadrant. Head to the Donatu system and see if you can learn more about where our ships are going and who's taking them.
A mystery.
According to new intel, Sela has started paying privateers to capture or destroy Romulan Republic ships. That would explain why these Cardassians are operating outside their normal territory. I suggest we track these True Way ships back to their base. If we're lucky, they'll lead us right to the missing Republic ships.
But we're going to Donatu. Okay. Looks like they're the same thing. Now see, we have this nice, neat map here, which is basically the entire Beta Quadrant. Well, the entire Beta Quadrant that we have access to in the game at any rate. Once upon a time, these things were separated out into separate sector blocks. And each one was a crossing just like from the Beta to the Alpha. And they were usually blocks of 3, either horizontal or vertical. Nobody really liked that very much, but the development of the game had its issues at the time. But time passed and this happened. Now, the big map looks a lot like this. We have the entire Beta, the entire Alpha, we have a portion of the Gamma Quadrant, just a small portion, and an even smaller portion of the Delta Quadrant. So that's an interesting thing here. They don't have the Iconian Gate or wherever it is from here back to over here, because the Solanate Dysosphere should have a link, or maybe it doesn't. I should try that again someday just to find out. Anyway, Donadu, which is all the freaking way on the other side of the map, and incidentally, that is a long way from the old Eta Eridani area, which used to be in the lower right portion of the map. Although I guess it's kind of close. Sector blocks don't mean what they used to. And that's kind of a pity in a way, because there used to be dialogue associated with all these from Leonard Nimoy using the Spock voice to basically introduce that lock and, in a kind of a wide-angle view, what the missions there were going to involve. They don't really operate like that anymore. Still need to sell this off. Yeah, sooner or later. Now, eventually, they put some of the sectors associated with other voices. The Klingons would have Worf's voice. I think they went with Worf's voice eventually. I'm not 100% sure. Sela for the Romulan regions, and a couple others that we'll let remain a surprise because we haven't encountered them yet. Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. Yeah, see, I've got a transwarp option here. If I were a smart guy. Huh, that's interesting. There used to be a credit value attached to that sort of thing. I should read the patch notes more frequently. I wonder if that means they're going to stop charging for that sort of thing. I wonder if I'll be able to do that all the time. Like they just take away credit sinks in this game. People must have billions of credits that they've saved up after all these years. Okay, this also apparently has a system patrol associated with it, but I'm going to skip out on that and go directly to the bigger picture, because that is what we're here for. In the meantime, Donadu is located on the edge of the Beta Quadrant, at the border between Klingon and Federation space. It boasts 5 worlds, of which Donadu 5 is Class M, which means habitable for those who aren't steeped in Star Trek lore. Donadu has thus been the site of many clashes between 2 galactic powers stretching back as far as the 23rd century. Now, the good news about this whole House Divided thing is it takes place in the current timeline, which apparently has advanced to 2411 when I wasn't watching. So the entire episodic arc of Star Trek Online now stretches from 2409 to 2411. And there's a magnetic field. No transponders. And a Cardassian satellite that might be hosing us. No! You're my science person. Donadu 2, Class J planetoid. Has an iron core, lots of stellar wind plasma. We're not going to be able to use a lot in the way of full impulse, which will be annoying. Tobin! Talk to me! Cardassians are likely using it to hide. But he's got a couple likely locations.
Recommend we stay cloaked as we approach the station, sir.
That is an excellent idea, Tobin. Make it so. Why did I feel very much Starfleet? Oh, look. It's a heavy phaser beam turret. A couple of them. Yes, I noticed the defensive turrets. Thank you, No. And the satellite is a targeting array. We may be able to access the programming, but there's a chance if we do so, we'll alert Cardassians. But I noticed that we're going to be doing it anyway because I see that I'm not being given a choice here. Oh, but at least we've gotten the control layer. Overload the turret functions. Oh yeah. Assault the station.
If we avoid the magnetic flux energy, we should be able to remain cloaked as we approach the station.
Does have to mention curiosity. No anomalies, which means no shinies. Okay, so we can't do full impulse, and we can't do non-cloaked. So I'm going to put all my power into my engines, so that at least I'm not crawling my way there. Why, thank you, No. The goal here is to get to the station. Station that is currently not yet in vision range. Or if it is, it's very well concealed. Oh, there we are. I'm not looking high enough. I feel silly that we've avoided all those turrets after we put in our virus. Well, I don't think we have to really take out the turrets because we've gotten past. Oh, there's that turret. Okay, let's charge up the heavy plasma. Alright, that takes care of big bad there, so now we can just blow up Hiddekai ships, scout ships, warships. I'm not entirely sure what kind of ships they are, except small. Okay, let's start using our... Oh, no wonder I'm not doing anything very well. I'm still putting on all engines. Silly. Now we should be a little more thorough. Okay, I didn't really technically want to do that. That's embarrassing. I also put blasted with my area of effect first, but I accidentally run that. That was my temporary shield heal hold heal. Well, you know what? That's okay. Hey, I think I picked up a plasma turret. If it's better than what I've got, that could be very handy. Fire at will, or bring torpedo spreads. Oh, very nice. Look at all the pretty explosions. Oh, I believe that takes care of all your defenses. Only a matter of time before they get reinforcements. And there's a Republic warbird here with some crew on board the brig. And we're being hailed.
Your brazen attack on this station is further proof that the Romulan Republic is nothing more than a terrorist cabal. We've contacted the legitimate Romulan government and alerted them to your presence. Any further acts of terror against this station or any Cardassian citizen will be met with deadly force.
Right. Let them go. Or we start opening holes in your hull.
Your ignorance of Cardassian history is insulting. We do not listen to demands. We give them.
Oh, is that how how that worked when you were allied with the Dominion? Ooh, sore subject, right? Outer ring and shielded. Operates on several fusion reactors. That sounds Cardassian, alright. We can hose the reactor. I like it. There'll be a window of opportunity to transport the crew to their ship. I am liking this plan. And zap them with a pulse. Hey, Republic crew.
I assume we can thank you for our escape.
Yes, Commander.
Before you transported us, I overheard a guard saying that more True-Way ships were approaching. We need time to restore emergency power. Please provide cover until we are able to go to warp.
Head the flotilla. Meanwhile, we'll beat the tar out of the Cardassians. Oh, this is their intelligence class. Luckily, it is again one of the kind that aren't throwing out holographic duplicates. Okay, the good news is, well, not the bad news is I'm too close. Okay, that didn't hit me as badly as I thought it might. And no more Cardassian ships. And it looks like the warbird is
restored. Preparing to warp out of the system.
Head on out. Give Datan my regards. Anytime now. Sometime this year. Oh, for heaven's sake, do you need help with repairs? I'll send people over. Tick tock, tick tock. Would it help if I got out and pushed? Finally. Sheesh. Okay. Yeah, I guess we should leave the system. As satisfying as it would be to blow some more holes in that station, it's really not what we're here for. Besides, our Starfleet allies would probably be upset. Let's see what the subcommander has to say.
Excellent. I hope that your new starship has performed to your satisfaction. Now that we know
It's
about
not
Sila's
that
attempts
new.
to capture our ships, we'll order our commanders to exercise additional caution in territory near True-Way space, or with other groups that might try their hand at privateering. I have received some new intelligence from our allies that may be of use to us. Expect to hear from me shortly.
Okay, let's look at the rewards here. In addition to the usual suspects, I can choose one of a bunch of consoles, or a hand weapon. They're all tactical consoles, and I'm fairly full up on tactical, but let's take a look at the relative level, the mark rating of the consoles. I have a Mark II directed energy distribution. So let's grab the Mark.
Congratulations, Centauri.
That worked out rather well. So let's replace the old canoe. We picked up a turret, but we already have a Mark IV turret, and it's a green status one, which means it's better. Not a whole lot else. I can throw this engine battery into the shuttle. The neutrino deflector array is better. I'm going to replace my engineering console because most of the stuff I've been fighting has either phasers, disruptors, or plasma, especially plasma, and they're all better than the 5 for everything, so I may come to regret that someday, but not today. That's all she wrote as far as that goes. I had some... Oh, look who's contacting me. First, I want to take care of these couple completed duty officer things. Okay, Sarva, you found some info. She was captured in Theban and being questioned by the Tal Shiar, and now they're moving her prisoners to a penal colony. They're on transport through the... Oh my god, don't make me pronounce that. Kinkuthanza system? No. Kinkuthanza. And Kinkuthanza system. Oh god, don't make me say that 3 times fast. Risking the position to tell me this. Standard rewards, plus either the efficient impulse engines, which are always the best choice because they do all sorts of good stuff. Or I could take, a plasma disruptor hybrid weapon. But really, it's all about those efficient engines. Now, there's something worth doing upgrades for. So, how far are we? We're actually, just like the next sector over for a change. While we're doing that, let's take a look at the skills. I got another skill point. So I'm going to grab that full impulse energy stunt. And that'll make things a little faster, maybe. Not to mention it'll keep my other power levels at 25 as opposed to 5. Which means things may not be so horrible when I drop out of Impulse. You'll have noticed that when I go to Impulse, engines go way up, everything else goes way down. This at least offers enough power where I'm at least able to defend myself with my shields, shoot immediately, that sort of thing. Yeah, it may turn out that it doesn't do much good in the long run. That's okay. I am definitely not about min-maxing. I've never been about min-maxing. Okay. Kinkuthanza coming right up. Kinkuthanza. I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Is an uninhabited system located near several trade routes. Binary stars allow daring captains to use gravity maneuvers to shave off time in their voyages. But it also makes it a great spot for Orion Syndicate pirates, so, good times ahead. I'm probably pushing things by doing this mission here for tonight, but I think I can pull it off. Surely it will not take an hour. Of course, with the loading time being what it is, I may be speaking too soon. There we go. Ooh, shiny to the right.
We've located the transports that are carrying the prisoners. And Charva's intel isn't exactly accurate. She told us they were going to be Tal Shiar ships, but they're Cardassian. Do you think they could be disguised?
I think that Charva is the most incompetent Tal Shiar to live.
And lightly guarded? They have combat-ready escorts. We'll need to defeat the escorts and disable the transport vessels. Then we can board and start looking for my sister. I still think she could be on board, even though the escorts are Cardassian ships instead of Tal Shiar.
Charva has got to be the most incompetent Tal Shiar agent ever. I mean, seriously. Has she gotten anything right? I sure hope that she doesn't consider herself intelligence agent, because, man, she does not show very much in the way of intelligence. I guess I'll have to vote these guys up front and get that other anomaly. I'm being shot by so many people. Let's start up the singularity. Yeah, I'm looking at puppy. It's at level 5 already. I'm relatively sure that I will never stop using that console, because that has proven to be too useful. It'll be even more useful once I get more singularity abilities. Engineering tech upgrade. I wonder if I'll be able to use that on routines. Planning. There we go. That's one escort group. Now, let me get this. Yes, this is the last anomaly, so after this, I can fully concentrate on dealing with the opposition.
Warning.
Let's do another spread.
Shields have
Singularity target. Oh, that really arms up fast. I am liking it. Oh, Gaylord. Didn't expect that there. Pop. Taking some minor damage. Nothing I can't repair quickly. Get a little bit of distance between me and them. That takes care of it. That will take care of the last escort. Oh. No, that's a transport. Okay, now it's time to blow some holes in transports. I think I'll forego using the heavy plasmas, since, you know, the goal is to disable them and not blow them to smithereens. That said, the spread smaller torpedoes, I can justify that. More. That'll be that.
Reinforcements inbound.
Oops. And well, you know what? It's another Kelder, not Keldy. He's other planes spinning gears too much. Oh, he's hitting her with attack. Luckily, I have not used any of my shield abilities. Whammo. You know, sometimes I'm not entirely sure that the singularity burst is actually doing it. Which is probably one of the reasons why I started abandoning its use once I started getting more special abilities from the board. bright side, the Keldon is still not kicking out holographic movements. I am free. Okay, let's get some distance for it. Being right up in your face really isn't useful. Alright. Bounce up the heels a little bit. Just a little bit.
That's the last of them. An away team is waiting in the transporter room. We can board the first transport as soon as you're ready.
Let's do so. With any luck, we'll find Runa. Then again, we are dealing with intelligence given to us by the worst Tal Shiar intelligence officer in the history of the Romulan Empire, so I'm expecting we'll probably find crack Cardassian commandos. It wouldn't surprise me. Something blocking our scanners. Shocker. Search and head to the bridge. First, shinies. Well, that seems to indicate that shiny is in the next room. Yeah. So, let's go and do some damage. Starting with a quantum mortar. Okay, it is firing, but I don't see its targeting anymore. It's ironic. Once upon a time, you could throw grenades and you couldn't see the blast radius. But the mortars, you would be able to see their blast radius and when they would be landing. Now it's kind of gone the exact opposite direction. Really? That was what you consider well trained? Tovin, we have got to discuss definitions. Okay, everything's in the next room when you know it.
There are faint life signs up ahead. One of them could be Rena. Let's check our fire.
Prioritize, Tovin. They're shooting at us. Okay, let's take a look down this way first. Okay, maybe not that way. Maybe the other way will... how about a little fire scarecrow? Oh good, the thing I hate most in this game anywhere. Invisible walls. Hate, hate, hate. Really guys, if you're going to make it impassable to me, at least give me something that looks like it's impassable. Heavy fire. Really, there could have been a zillion better things. Oh, sometimes I hate the devs. Okay, I thought there might be a shiny in here, but there's not. So let's scan the compartment. Full of small arms and explosives. I don't want to be in here anymore. That feels like the kind of thing that would literally blow up in my face. Ew. So scan this one. No, it does. It isn't. So it's either one of the ones ahead, or, as I expect, Charvo is being an idiot. I know which one I'm voting for. Body armor, shield units. Yeah, it's looking more and more like the shinies big room. And there's our confirmation. That figures. Scan this compartment. Life signs are gone. Hi!
Enemy target on sensor.
Yeah, this is a bad place to be. Oh, there's my shiny. We'll deal with that momentarily. First, though, certain priorities, like all these Cardassians. Alright, let's see what the ship computer has to say. Make it so. Stop standing on my leg. Document appears to be stolen. Really? Describing Tal Shiar group movements.
Perhaps the Tal Shiar knew the Cardassians took this convoy and sent us here to fight them. No matter who survived, us or the True Way, either way, the Tal Shiar wins.
Yep.
The Tal Shiar led us into a trap. Again. I'm tired of being lied to, being tricked.
Hey,
the self-destruct on the ship is still active. Let's set it before we beam over to the next one and look for Rena there. All we should leave behind is a cloud of debris, and then the Tal Shiar and the True Way will know the cost of crossing the Romulan Republic.
I think somebody's a little bit bitter. That said, I'm amused about just how delightfully naive he is to think that Rena is going to be anywhere ahead at this point. Clearly, that was just being used as a goad to get us here. Oh, good. You want to transport us there? Go for it. I knew we let that Starfleeter on for a reason. I think we hit the bridge a little hard. Chinese? No more offers. I think they're going to be pretty much done now. Oops! How'd we miss you? Let's see what your computer has to say. Going to the Pi Canis block to ambush Romulan ships and grab our cloaking tech. Yeah, don't count on that one.
There isn't any data on prisoners here. It's just cargo and soldiers. I don't understand why Charva would send us here. Was she trying to get us killed?
The answer to that could be one of two answers. Yes, she is, or no, she's just an idiot. I was going with the former. Well, I was going with the idiot, actually, but... And I can't hit self-destruct on here. Looks like we gotta do this the hard way. Oops. Just a bit of loot. Let's not leave that behind. It might be useful later. I know, I could probably have it equipped now, but... Tick-tock, tick-tock. Oh, what did I just do? I hit a medical thing that I didn't mean to. Ah, well. Nobody is perfect. Interrogator, huh? You deserve a full sniper blast. You got exposed at just the wrong time. You see all those circles flying around? Those indicate that they are exposed targets. When you hit them with an exploit weapon, it will either do massive amounts of damage to them or vaporize them.
I can't believe Charva would lie about Rena being on one of these ships. We used to be so close.
Okay, looks like the front roof's gone, so I gotta hope that one of the side doors works. It does. It used to be close. I think we can pretty much rule out closeness being any benefit whatsoever. See what I mean? Vaporized. Let's head to the warp core and make it go away the hard way. Oh, by the way, you guys, rough brave. I know, it's a Romulan allied with the rapidly overloaded warp core. I wonder which one I'm going to do. Yes, get us out of here now, since I did the rapid overload. Ooh, there's an anomaly. Shinies. Scan the area first, though. Energy build up ahead of us. Well, that probably isn't going to be. Oh dear. Yeah, I just noticed that myself. Most things here don't react too well to weapons fire. No kidding. Look at all these missiles. Does the phrase, "Oh god, this is gonna suck," mean anything to you? Everybody, when you shoot, don't miss. Was he trying to get us killed? I'm going to say maybe. Or, like I said before, he's an idiot. The jury is still out. Okay, continue going forward. Okay, Shiny is still ahead. A force field. Oh, well that'll explain why there's a force field. It's completely open to the void of space. I'm going to approve of anything that avoids me being sucked out into the void. Oh goody, more missiles. So I'm going to stall by scanning the Shiny. Okay, I'm done stalling. It's time to start shooting at people again. Oh, there's Leggett. Oh, that's not good because Leggett tosses off these holo projectors, which makes a whole bunch of duplicates of him. And they all hit just as hard as he does, so... Or she, I guess. I didn't get a good look at the gender of Leggett. But the upshot is, when that holo light projector comes out, that's got to be target 1, because otherwise I'm dealing with 2 high-end opponents. Well, not 2, but multiple high-end opponents who can cause a lot of harm. Get those remaining goodies. It's a trap! Man, I really should have made this guy look like Akbar. Just for the meme value. Well, accidents happen. Okay, yeah, emergency transport us out of here, because clearly this is not where Rin is.
More escort ships inbound on an attack vector.
Okay. Ooh, shiny.
Ship is under attack.
And my evasive moves are still recharging? Come on, guys. Boy, we have a fair amount of opposition. Let's use the healing. Hope it lasts. Let's get rid of those shields. Let's get rid of that hidden guy. I'm absolutely sure I'm pronouncing some of these wrong, but it is what it is. Now the code. Let's help our advantage by going into cloak. Get some distance between us, just a little bit. Make sure I'm pointed in the right direction. Out this right there.
I provided the convoy's coordinates as a gesture of good faith.
Ouch.
I remember how close Tovan was to his sister. Rena was my friend too. Although she's committed crimes against the Romulan Star Empire, I'm willing to give her and you another chance.
Yeah, well, you'll notice there wasn't anything here even remotely resembling a prison transport.
How could you lie to us again? Lead us into another trap. And you use Rena to do it. That's low, even for the Tal Shiar. She wasn't on those transports. It was all a setup, a deception intended to get us killed, and I'm not falling for it again. Give me a reason, any reason to believe the woman I cared about is still in you, that you can still be saved.
He's not falling for it again, and then he immediately falls for it again.
The Tal Shiar moves prisoners all the time. Sometimes it's for security reasons, or because Colonel Hakib wants to handle an interrogation personally. Maybe Rena has already been sent someplace else. I'll check my contacts and see what I can find. I'm trying to help. You can't deny that.
Yes,
Maybe now you'll see that all Tal Shiar aren't the monsters that Datan and his group make us out to be.
Sarva, we just dealt with a whole bunch of anti-Tal Shiar Cardassians because of your intel. I'm afraid I can deny you're trying to help. We should report. Talk about the convoy. We're still MIA, figuring out the rest out. But we're not going to leave yet because I want my shinies. So I'll take those beta particles, and I see rubidium over there. Unfortunately, none of these are tritanium, but one must make do. Still, they were pretty decent materials. That should be all the anomalies. So now, we'll leave the system. Well, that was a mission that went poorly for our heroes.
We put word out that Tovan's sister is still missing. I'll let you know if we hear anything. Keep talking to Charva. It's clear now she's playing some sort of game. But we can get ahead of this if you and Tovan keep her distracted. Anything that will give us an upper hand with the Tal Shiar will help our cause.
Okay, as I mentioned earlier, those engines are going to be the choice here. So let's take a look at our
if
equipment.
You want proof, then I'll provide it.
We're going to be coming back to that next time. First, engine replacement. Here even better than the hyper engines. I don't believe... Oh, okay, we have some personal tech here. We've got better armor, so who's our worst armored person? No! Congratulations, no. You've just earned yourself the good armor. Your old cheap armor goes to moving. Keep moving. Okay, weapons. We have a 1, a 4, 3, and a 1. Oh, decisions. We'll give you the phaser pulse wave. And we'll give No the double pistols. That'll be kind of neat to watch. Weaponry, leave weaponry as is. I have more mail. Oh, looks like something didn't sell. And unfortunately I can't take it back yet because I need to beat a mailbox. Which brings me to the Suliban cell ship. So I'm going to have them open my mail so I can take the item away and get rid of that. Next up, we're going to go to the exchange because, as I mentioned at one point, we did have something bluey looking. I can't believe I said that. Something bluey looking. And I would like to know how much I could get for it. Well, someone's selling for 36,000, and if I were to vendor it, it would net me 3,600. So Clearly, I can do better than that, but I don't want to be greedy. I just want to get some profit out of this. So we will go with a nice even 25k. Way overcosted, but hey, why not? Give it a try. What's the worst that can happen? Resilient shield array. I don't know how much this is going to get me. Let's check the greens. Okay, well that's not an optimistic look. I'm not going to try to sell that for really any random amount of cash. That's already bound. That I tried to look at. This one might be workable. Where the heck did I get this? Mark 12? Why is it not letting me do a search for that? Let's try this again. I wonder if I got that during the task force thing I'd done before. It's not letting me do a search for this. What kind of console is it? Tactical? No, I'm still stuck on the shield. Okay, let's cancel out of that entirely. And it's still stuck on that. Well, that's disappointing. Thus, I am forced to do the last goal here. We're going to ignore everything there. Sell the impulse engines, console. Hold on to that because I'm going to try to sell that later on. That one was account bound. This one also bound to account. That's fine on equip, so we'll leave that alone. I'm going to try to sell that. Down to account, down to account. Fine on equip, so we'll leave that alone. Actually, I should see if that's a better one than the one I'm using now. This is only worth 3,000, well, 8,000/3,000. That's the hazard of selling things. Bound to character. Bound to account. Sort. Okay, we'll do one more try to get the exchange to cooperate with us, and no, it's still... What is wrong with this thing? Okay, well, gee, now it's cooperating, so why was it not cooperating before? I mean, aside from being highly annoying. Okay, let's change the quality to greens. 4,000. Well, 4,000 is still more than I would be making if I were to sell to vendors, so we'll do the 4,000. Let's do a quick check on the shields that I'm using now. My ship shield is Mark IV Disruptor, and this one is a Mark IV Resilient Disruptor. You know what? We'll just sell that. Or try to sell it at any rate. Having poor luck with making this cooperate with me. Alright. Nobody was buying it because... Okay. How about this? No one's buying that either. Oh, and the cell ship is gone. Looks like I used up too much time. Okay. We'll do one last thing before we call it a night. We'll see if there's anything else I can do as far as duty officer missions. I mean, since I've got the duty officers. And I'm going to use the department heads to see what else I can do to just use up as many of my duty officers as I can. I don't actually care if I succeed or not. I just want to make sure they're all working. Because I don't want those lazy bums to get complacent. Plus, you know, this kind of thing will give me experience points as well as the other potential rewards involved. Oh, this would have been handy. Because this would have given me, well, special duty officer. Well, you know what? I'm not so worried about the duty officer. Countermeasures to evading attacks. Well, you know what? I don't want to use one of my particles for that. 4 more assignments to go. I might actually burn off more assignments than I have duty officers. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I think I may have pushed my luck on that. Yep, I think that we're pretty much done. D-O-N done. Alright, so that's another exciting evening in Star Trek Online. Okay, one more thing. I have a new skill. I'm going to fill out the targeting for my offense. Completely ignoring science here. Next week, we will go deeper into the mystery. Find out more of what Char was playing at. Perhaps even come to a resolution of this story arc. All this and collecting duty officer stuff next time in Star Trek Online. This is Korath Landwalker signing off.